Now, Tate, Big G, I know you guys keep up on everything Steelers related.
Yep.
I don't know how that goes into the Pittsburgh restaurant / bar scene. But the old fine.
Got it. Hold on.
We're gonna get all her lunch money.
Yeah.
But the old Bettis Grill 36 was just announced. It's going to open as Jason Aldean's bar in the North Shore.
Oh.
Any thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, let me make sure I double fine pay. So let me do that. But if that goes down,
at this point, we ain't just find him for baby girl. We find him because he ain't pushed mute.
Yep.
Yeah, she ain't getting fined. We all know that, but he will for not pressing mute after the first time.
Total facts. So if they do that, man. So there's a big push, Beater, and you correct me. I'm hearing there's a big push because Pittsburgh's always about the Steelers, numero uno. But I think that there's a big push about this playoff drought and not winning playoff games. And they're trying to bring a lot of the Steelers, the old school Steelers, back to Pittsburgh, man. And so that's what's behind this? Because they're trying to bring like the old Steelers back to
Bettis is out. Bettis Grill 36 is out.
Oh, he's out.
A country bar that's going to. So Bettis Grill 36 was there for years.
Okay.
The coolest thing about it, the lore here, when I went for the first time, they're like, hey, you got to go to the restroom because you can stand at the urinal and you look out through one-way mirrors and watch the people walk in. It was pretty wild. But Bettis Grill 36 closed last year, and Jason Aldean is opening one of his bars there. He's got one in Nashville, and he's opening one in Pittsburgh.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know.
Hey, we went to Grill 36 together, B-Dirt.
Yeah, Grill 36 is a pretty cool spot.
That's where we went, right?
Yeah, we went there.
Yeah, I remember the bathroom you talking about. It was crowded too because it was before the game. People was tailgating inside there, basically. But
yes, Afton, it is the one on the river by the stadium.
Yep.
I think, man, it's Jason Aldean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think obviously it'll do good because it's in a prime location. It's it was already a nice establishment as far as the physical asset part of it, right?
Yeah. It's a nice building, fairly new. There's a lot going on in development around there. Shorty's Pints and Pins and Voodoo Brewing opened up, and now across the way they're remodeling a place over there. I hear they're opening a Monsters place over there. There's a lot. Tom's Watch Bar came in, which is a chain based out of Minneapolis. So there's a lot going on there.
Only if the Steelers just get successful, then they're gonna make a whole lot of money. They get a playoff run. Steelers get 2-3 playoff wins in a row, or mess around and go to Super Bowl. Oh man, they're gonna make a whole lot of money, man. They're gonna make a whole lot of money because Steelers turn up when the Steelers make a playoff run.
But it won't do better than Grill 36 did. That was a Steeler place. That was Jerome Bettis.
I would reference our talk in the regular homies where I asked if you were going to draft a quarterback. I would reference that for hosting playoff games.
Yeah. Could be.
All right.
That makes sense.
So you got an intro music for us, so we just want to talk about Kathy up late at night. We got Kathy Ann Afton. We got the Quad Father himself, Dennis. We got Reginald Rivers. We got, two girls want to stay in the cup in the house.
Yeah.
We got.
She knows it's Freaky Friday. We got the Triple OG.
Yeah.
The big Triple OG homie. There go Tim spending some of that run through the jungle money.
First fork in the road. Tate
hit it. All right, let's get this show popping. He said, "What's y'all's greatest sports moment you've ever seen or watched on TV?"
Oh, good question, Tim.
Man, that's a hard question because I done seen a lot of great ones, man.
I know mine right off the top of my head.
Oh.
I know I got two, but they real quick because I know them.
Yeah, I know both of mine too.
And it's crazy that it's this, right? But Michael Jordan, 82 national championship game. I remember being like a 9-year-old kid sitting in front of a floor model TV at my grandma's house watching that game, Patrick Ewing, Georgetown. And Mike hit the shot. And then my second one, B Dirt, you will relate to this. You'll remember this because it's going to the sport that you best at. MLB. 1988 when Kirk Gibson smashed that home run in game 1, the Dodgers won with a walk-off.
Oh.
So you know what's funny? That's my number one.
Really?
Wow.
So I was 12 years old, and my dad would let me stay up late to watch World Series games. So I was up late, we'll watch him limp out, put all the pine tar on his bat, do all this other crazy blah, blah, blah. And I said, Dad, he's going to hit a home run. So I called that home run and went nuts. Then obviously had a hard time going to sleep, but that was my number one moment.
And that's
I also know my least favorite moment.
And that's that series Oral Hershiser was eating too.
Oh yeah, MVP.
Yeah.
The following year was my least favorite moment in the Super Bowl when Tim Crumry broke his leg and it was limping around like a wet noodle.
I remember that
moment. Least favorite moment.
Hey, thanks for the super chat, Tim.
So both of my moments, I was actually there. I was actually there when it happened. So my number one favorite moment.
But the question was on TV.
No, he said seen or watched on TV.
Yeah. I was there for both of mine.
All right, what was it?
Kirby Puckett, Game 7 home run for the Minnesota Twins to win the championship. I was there with Tate Boy Fresh Cousin Pierce and all of us. We were standing right outside of the stadium. A dude let us in the gate. We got to walk in. We were standing on the top deck. Puckett hit it and this place erupted. It was unbelievable.
R.I.P. Kirby Puckett.
Yeah.
Who did they beat in that World Series? Who was it?
Atlanta Braves.
Okay. Prime
time, back and forth on the plane. To the football, baseball. Second favorite moment in New Orleans, Louisiana, living in New Orleans, Louisiana, was there in the Superdome when the University of North Carolina played the Fabulous Five, and Weber did this. I was there in the building. I saw it happen. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that Superdome shook. So it was like I got Buckeye Moments TV, 2002 National Championship, a lot of stuff like that. But both of those moments, I was there in the building. I
might be living in recency bias, but if you want to talk about there in the building, my favorite moment might have been this past November.
Oh, hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you with that one. I ain't mad because you was in the building.
Let's see. When all by coming from me. Best two. When you say greatest, I guess there's got to be something with some type of significance to it. So it would be the 2016 World Series, Game 7. I went to Game 6 in Cleveland, flew back. I watched Game 7 with hundreds of thousands of Cubs fans on Sheffield Avenue. It was the greatest moment of my sports life until I was in Chapel Hill for the Final Four of 2022 when Caleb Love hit the shot that ended Coach K's career.
Ooh.
Two greatest moments ever as a sports fan.
Road.
Ooh, Tate hit it.
I got it. Hold on. The Final Four was in Chapel Hill?
No, the Final Four was in I forgot where it was that year.
It sent North Carolina to the Final Four. They won the ACC tournament?
No, they beat them in the tournament.
Well, he said Chapel Hill. I just didn't think they was playing.
He was in Chapel Hill, I think, watching the game.
Is that what it was? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and that's the way I took it.
He looked like he froze. Solid.
They sent him home.
Yeah.
All right, we got another super chat. Fork in the road. Quad father.
From the
Dennis.
quad father.
Shame on the Commanders for not hiring Bieniemy. Said this a while ago. He should not have had to leave the Chiefs to go get an OC job in the first place to call play.
Total facts.
I mean, it's just, it's a monstrosity. It's stupid.
Yeah. And they wouldn't hire him as a head coach. That's the even worse part. So he went over somewhere to prove it. Ron Rivera, they booted him out the door. You had a coach in waiting, and you didn't hire him. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So, and he's not going to get a job now. It's over.
Why do y'all act surprised about that, man? That's not surprising. That's the way it goes in the world a lot of times, man. I could be surprised that Magic Johnson's in the room with the owner, Josh Harris, and couldn't, pull his coattail and say, let's really give him a serious looking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why does he have to prove it? He's already proved himself twice. Sam Howell was trash. He gave him career numbers. He was with Patty Mahomes, boy. He deserves a head coaching job. There's a lot of guys that got head coaching jobs that shouldn't have got it this year.
I'm not saying that he don't, but I'm saying we know what it is. You don't hire Eric Bieniemy right there in your room, and you go get Dan Quinn.
But bro, we can't say we know because Raheem Morris got a job.
But just because Raheem got don't mean it's still not a challenge to get it. And so did the guy up in New England. Yeah.
Yeah.
They hired a couple more, and that's great.
Mayo.
Yeah.
Linebacker.
Gerard Romeo, University of Tennessee.
While we're talking about coaches, I know Big G wants to talk about Jim Harbaugh. Before we do that, I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with Tate on this one. Since he muted, I'm going to get him. Tate, do you think Bill Belichick will coach in the NFL again?
Done.
It's a wrap.
One word answer. I love it.
Done. I mean, if he didn't get it this year, he actually signed off for I believe the Falcons talked to him before they hired Raheem Morris. Like to let him know what direction they're thinking about going, what he thought about it, Maybe do you want to concede to the the things we're asking of you to coach before we go ahead? If you say no, we're gonna go ahead and hire Raheem Morris. So they talked to him, and I don't see how it gets any better not coaching this year and you're 72 years old. Next year you're gonna be 73 and you're gonna coach next year. I don't know.
I agree. I think it's adios muchachos. I think that he's got a power and control issue. I think he wants to be a GM and a coach, and he wants to be able to pick all his groceries, and he's proven he's not been able to do that consistently. What saved him over and over again was TB12. After TB12 left, he was trash. So the issue is, it's over. It's over.
We're going to revert back to the last topic here because Claude Bishop said Eric Bieniemy is rumored to be hard to work with. And I've heard that same thing for not necessarily his colleagues, but for players because he BS.
Mm-hmm.
He calls you out when he feels like he needs to call you out. I don't know, man. That's the way I always played when I was growing. I'm not the right one to answer. Is that hard to do in today's NFL and today's age of professional athlete? I don't know.
It shouldn't be.
You should be able to have an honest conversation or honest. You should be able to tell somebody you screwed that up.
Yeah, you ain't got to be cussing people out and calling them all kind of MFers and this, that, and this. Yeah. But we need to be able to have a conversation about you not doing your job and what it's costing your team. So if we can't have that conversation, you don't need to be on my team. You soft as butter, and you need to hit the bricks. You soft as butter, and you need to be up out of there, period. That's how I feel about it.
Soft as room temperature butter. We got to make sure
margarine, room temperature margarine,
room temperature margarine.
Butter.
Big G.
Yes,
G.
Sir.
You
Yes,
said
sir.
that's
Fork in the road.
That's how it was when you played.
Yeah.
When you played, how long ago was that?
I played high school
3
and
weeks
college
ago.
football from 1987 to 1994. Yeah, the 88 squad. That's when I was a junior.
Yeah, you up here somewhere, number 79. I can't see good.
I
Top
thought that was
left-hand
him at number 95.
No,
Smack in the
left-hand
middle.
corner. Top left-hand corner.
I'm over here in
79.
top right, number 61.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first team in our school history to go to the state. But
Okay.
Ain't they celebrating y'all this weekend?
You
Big
try
G?
to
Tomorrow.
You want me to run the show, but you driving the ship away from the fork in the road, the Quad Father,
I'm coming to the Quad Father, man. I see it.
living in your
I
glory
wanted- I wa-
days, and
I
can't
want-
pay this man his respect for super chat.
I wanted to get the pointless stuff out the way, so we're gonna spend time or whatever. Dennis got to say.
I'm just messing around. All
Go
right,
ahead, man.
if
Thanks,
Philly
Claude, for
or
the super chat.
if Philly or the Jets or Giants get desperate, maybe Bill will get a job.
Nah. Pay, go ahead. Get him. Tell him, Pay. Because it's over.
Nah, see, by the time they get desperate enough, Bill will be past 75 years old. There's no way you give a man a job at that point. And then you have to remember what's desperate enough. Desperate enough to do what? Neither one of those teams are like right at the cusp of winning. All those teams have quarterback. Well, not Philly, but the two New York area teams have quarterback issues. They'll never be desperate enough while being just needing one single push to get to a contender level. I think Bill is about done in this league. He had a good run, but at his age, him, Saban, Carroll, it's about time.
They're cooked.
In fact, I remember a while ago Bill saying he didn't even want to coach until his 70s. And look at him. He's what, 73?
Chasing that record, and it's BS. All four of us are on the same train here. Bill out the league. Done.
Cooked.
Thanks for the super chat, Quad Father. Now we got the
Claude
the Matrix homie, Claude.
The Matrix.
Is that Matrix money or is that US dollars?
Hey man, hey B Dirk, Claude ain't had to go to the Matrix in a minute. Maybe in a dispute with Big G, but I was taking Claude's sides on those things, man.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, he's arguing with Big G most of the time. It tells you his compass is set well. Are you guys going to do a draft show this year? And Lamar will win a Super Bowl one year, and I really mean that. No trolling.
Yes, we are. That is a fact. We will be doing a draft show this year as we get closer. We might do multiple channels.
Breaking news. I didn't know that.
Listen,
we're doing a draft
Claude, let's keep this nice and short. Yes and no.
What's the no for?
Lamar ain't winning it. Let's go. Next.
Oh, wow.
Hey, but
the window just went like this.
I'm spitballing. We can probably do a 2-hour draft show just because we can just combine the two shows together at this time.
Your window is always open when you had a leak back.
Oh,
hold on a second. Time out.
Hold on.
I would like to. Did you just?
My bad. Pay had to get that
on a road trip. 2 girls, 1 Stanley Cup. Maybe flirting with G here. Hold on a second. How old is Big G? I thought mid-30s.
Well, Tate Boy Fresh always be talking about I'm the little fella and I'm the younger homie.
You ain't that little.
I'm younger than him. I'm younger than Tate Boy Fresh.
You are younger than me.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm 50. I'll be 51 this September.
Nah, you 51.
51. I'll be 52 this September.
So you get so old, you forget how old you is.
You know how old people do, man. We forget all kind of stuff. We forget to tie our shoes. So you know how that go, bro. So, but you older than me, and that's all that matters. You older than me.
That's why you my little fella.
Yeah. In the off season, we'll have plenty of time for me to tell. Like, well, I pay it. I know. I'll explain my thought process there. We got a long off season to talk about the teams and where they're at, where they're going, and so on and so forth.
Facts. But yes, we are going to have a draft show. I want to give Big G
his topic du jour here with Jim Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some thoughts on Jim Harbaugh? something of how weird he is that he's going to stick out like a sore thumb in LA, or is it off of that mark?
It's actually the complete opposite. I think that was an outstanding hire by the Los Angeles Chargers. I think that Jimmy Harbaugh, if he decides to keep the team intact, and I've heard he's going to go after Saquon. I heard he's going to work with Justin Herbert. I heard he's going to go after Saquon Barkley. And I think Jimmy Harbaugh's one goal and one goal only is to get that chip. So, my homeboy, you better get yours this year because Jimmy Harbaugh's in the building. And he's not playing around with you, bro. He's trying to get that chip. So, I think that was an outstanding – that might be the hire of the offseason in the NFL. And I mean that in totality.
You know what really interests me about it, to be honest with you, G, is we talked about earlier in the year how they were so underperforming for the talent they had on the defensive side of the ball. Yep. I'm interested to see what Jesse Minter does there.
They're going to draft every Michigan player that's available in the draft. Like when the card comes up and they're going to say the Los Angeles Chargers, they're going to already have Michigan on the card and they're just going to fill in somebody's name. Every Michigan player that's available at their pick, they're taking them. That's how it's going to work. It's going to be very simple. He's drafting guys he knows or guys he's had dealings with in his past, some connectivity to it. And he's going to get tough kids in there. That's what they're going to do.
You still think you're going to trade Justin Herbert?
Now listen what I've heard. I've heard he's 50-50 on it. I have heard that. I've heard he's 50-50 on it. Because he's enamored with JJ. And so he thinks like if he can get a haul for Herbert, he's still got a top 10 pick, and we got a top 5 pick. He picks number 5. So he got number 5. He gets a haul for Herbert. He can get all the pieces that he wants to and build it sort of like how Jimmy Johnson did in Dallas. So I heard he's 50-50 on it right now. But he's enamored with J.J. McCaffrey. He is.
Pay. If you Chicago, is it better to trade number 1 for Justin Herbert?
Absolutely not. There's no way you trade that pick for anything in the world for another quarterback. That's hustling backwards.
Well, I mean, Justin Herbert is proven, and he's under contract already.
Facts. That's a fact.
Yeah, but you can also draft an elite prospect who's under 4 years of league control at a smaller rate and see what you can get out of that.
First rounders, 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do the option for the 5th year.
Yeah.
But you got control of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely agree with that aspect of it, but we know what Justin Herbert is in the league, and potential says Caleb Williams is going to be really good. So, I was asking the question. I mean, I probably wouldn't either. I didn't know if that was something,
You could tag first rounders twice too, so they can play on a tag twice. I mean, you're talking about 7 years if you need it. I'm gonna give the Quadfather here a buy 2 get 1 free on these comments because this is an interesting take here. Jim Harbaugh is actually going to start building a Chargers fan base in LA.
That is total facts.
Yeah,
that might have been the hire of the year, man. All season
they don't have it.
I mean, that might have been.
I mean, he's got to win. The coach isn't going to do that on their resting on their laurels. He's got to win.
Yeah,
but they definitely need to do something to get a fan base there because they don't have it.
You got to, but think about it. The Dodgers typically always win. They're always in the mix.
Facts.
You got McVay over here across the hall.
Facts.
Now you got Jim Harbaugh. You got Ty Lue with the Clippers. He's the championship coach
with a brand new stadium.
And Darvin Ham better watch his back.
Oh, he's out. It's adios muchachos for Darvin Ham, buddy. Or Darvin Hanger hit the bricks. He gone. He next man out. Brick City, USA, buddy.
Hey, would Bron be a player coach?
Yep. Yep, he'd do it. He'd get him fired. He would. He better watch his back. Because Bron said today he don't want to get traded. But, man, I don't know.
So what do you think the Lakers are going to do? Are they going to make a move? Or are they going to try to move him? Are they going to make a coaching move or the player move? Like, they can't just stand pat and let the thing play out, are they? If they do, they might be out.
The easiest move is to can the coach. But I don't know. Tate, you know more about it than anything, man, about the Lakers.
Well, no, I was going to say that I think
that make them play defense.
They get ready to trade for DeJounte Murray, who I'm looking at right in front of me is cooking your boy Big G, your boy Bradley Beal. Atlanta up 127-120 with 2 minutes left. But I think they're gonna make a trade because they always do. LeBron's teams at the trade deadline over his career have made 66 trades.
Oh, good facts.
66 trades. That's a lot.
Good facts.
That's an average of, he's 21 years in. That's an average of 3 trades a year.
That's great facts. Yeah.
Yeah. So
is AD out of there, Tate? Is AD gone?
Nah, my AD been playing good this year.
Okay.
AD been playing really good this year. Now the thing is, people want Austin Reeves when they come up off him. That's who they want.
Bricks. Get up out of there. Adios muchachos, dog. Bricks.
Man, I think LeBron thinks that Austin Reeves is a critical part of that team, man.
But look what you can
They
get
shouldn't
back,
have
bro.
let Jason Kidd get out of the building. That's where they messed up at.
Coaching.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Man. That's facts.
What's Jason Kidd doing in Dallas?
They trash.
They better than Darvin Ham. That's what they messed up. Firing Vogel and then not hiring immediately Jason Kidd. That's where they messed up.
I like Jason Kidd. I mean, Darvin Ham first year took him to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
LeBron took him to the first conference finals.
Well, LeBron got Spoelstra paid. You know what I mean? For real, when they went there and put that team together, Spoelstra is a great coach. He's the best X and O's coach in the whole league. He got Ty Lue that ring, and he got Frank Vogel a ring. But they still all championship coaches.
That's saying a lot.
So that was one of the things about him and Michael Jordan. They said Michael Jordan played for Dean Smith and Phil Jackson. Like, can you even name
Doug
the
Collins.
people? Doug Collins for a few years, yeah. But can you even name the people Michael Jordan played for? I mean, LeBron James played for.
He played for that jabroni from Europe. Got him to a finals.
Trash.
David Black.
Yeah, him, jabroni. Who else? He had what's my man name? Bald head. Yeah, Spoelstra. He had my man. I forget my man name.
Coach the Sacramento Kings. The dudes.
Yeah. Him. He had him twice.
Yep. Trash. Trash twice.
I want to say didn't he have not Ernie? I'm blanking on his name. His rookie year. I can't think of his name. Old timey coach.
Paul Silas.
That was his name? Was it Paul Silas?
Paul Silas.
Okay. Paul Silas.
His son Junior was just coaching Houston Rockets before Udoka came.
Yep. Facts. So
we can do a fantasy draft of LeBron coaches.
One through whatever, trash. One through whatever, trash.
Claude Bishop asked, he said, how is it that Doc Rivers is coaching the All-Star game and he hasn't even won a game yet? That's just called being at the right place at the right time.
Well, for one, he stabbed old boy in the back. For two, recycling. That's all they do in the NBA. They just recycle coaches.
Doc Rivers just proved to the NBA that you can't leave him alone with your girl.
Facts.
That's true.
That is total. But, that's facts, Claude. That's facts.
But Doc didn't do it as much as we got the Quad Fathers in the building again. Doc didn't do it as much as the players did it, man. Giannis,
Quad Father for 3.
Giannis wanted Adrian Griffin going. You know, so when your best player, Giannis, want the coach going, oh yeah, we want to play for Doc. I see it. I mean, I'm not just blaming Doc, but I mean, it was kind of underhanded how it all went down. He working with the team as a consultant, but here you go, B-Dirt.
All right. Dennis asks, what's the deal with Mark Jackson? Why can't he get another coaching job?
Because he don't want to. Mark Jackson don't want to coach. He make too much money sitting on the sideline analyzing games. He ain't trying to have all that stress and pressure on him. He don't
He's
want
interviewing for him, though, right?
I don't think that's it. Mark Jackson been blackballed a few times, and he so much just came out.
He said he wanted to be
said
coach
it about a month ago. Yeah, he's
Did
been
he?
blackballed. Now he's working on the and he got fired by ESPN with Jeff Van Gundy. And
He's working for Knicks now again, right?
And Doc,
Yep.
no. He was supposed to be filling in for Walt Clyde Frazier, but somebody made up something and he didn't get it.
Oh, right. He
Yeah.
got into it. He got into it with the old boy that run the Knicks, CAA man. I forget his name right now.
Why did they blackball him? What did he do wrong?
Well, I know what he did wrong in the Bay Area.
Dolan?
Not him,
I don't know.
not him.
Y'all got to inform me. I don't know what he did wrong.
Well, that's why he had a job in 10 years.
You know, people talk, man. He's just a difficult guy to work with in this new WOKE era. So, yeah, he's just, just one of them type of things. And if it being in that part of the country, the Bay Area, it's rubs a lot of people the wrong way.
I follow you. I got you, man. Way to feed me between the lines, Pay. I totally got it. Well, after you made two statements, I picked up on it. Beautiful.
But now,
you get a fact for that. You get a fact.
Hey, Dennis, that's a good question, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. I gotta play the full. Hey, but in regards to Mark Jackson, he got fired by ESPN with Van Gundy. Doc got that job. And Doc left that job to go take the basketball coaching job.
Hey, B-Dirt, I side with you 150%. When you said you got to keep your head on a swivel around Doc Rivers, you in trouble, bro. You better have her sitting right in front of you and you like this. Cause he gonna get you, dog. Doc gonna get you. He gonna
Doc,
get you.
keep your hands in your pockets.
He gonna fumble it anyway. So I mean, we all know what Doc is.
Yeah,
Mark,
he gonna lose in Game 7. We got it.
Mark Jackson is now working on the podcast with Cameron and Mace.
Tis the time, Tate. We're gonna let those people out here take a quick break with us. Like, share. Let's get those 10,000 subscribers. If you know a friend that might be a good candidate to follow the Steel Curtain Network, send it over to them right now. Let's get 10,000 people. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Homies Overtime Podcast. We got the fellas in the house. Talk a little NBA basketball, and I'm going to pivot from the West Coast dominated, chats we've been having. I'm going to swing it over to the East. Let me ask you a question, and I'm going to show it. I'm going to throw this right to Big G first. I'm going to tell the people why, because he turned his back on this team, and I want to know, Big G, do the New York Knicks have a chance in the Eastern Conference to get to
win a chip?
To get to the finals. At least get to the final.
No.
Sitting what? Third right now in the standings, I think?
No. The New York Knicks do not have a chance to get to the finals. No. They made a trade to help get the kid from Toronto over there, and they dumped off RJ Barrett. But they don't have enough. I like Jalen Brunson. I think he's a good basketball player. But your X factor is your basket case and who's your best player. And Randall, he'll have a series where he shows up, but he'll have a series where he checks out. He's super emotional. He don't like it. And pressure bust pipes, bro. Yeah. And so because of that, your best player cannot be an emotional wreck when it comes playoff time. So, nah.
Pay, you think they got a shot in the Eastern Conference at all?
You didn't answer.
All right.
About to get fined. Pay, where you at?
I'm going to say it's a no.
I think the Knicks have a great chance to come out the East. I'm sorry. I'm not a Knicks fan. I haven't been a Knicks fan. Well, I haven't liked the Knicks team since the Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell squad. But yeah, they've won 17 of the last 18 games. Their defense is they're giving up 90s level points on defense. Yo, they let this continue on in the second half of the season. I don't think any of them teams in the East can beat them. Definitely not Milwaukee, because we already discussed. We know what Doc's going to do in the playoffs. Not Boston, because we already know they a little mental midgetry, for lack of a better term. We know that they're not really built for that. Are the Knicks built for it? We don't know. I agree with you, G. Randall, big spotty. He's a bit spotty, and that's the best thing you can say about him. But the way Tibbs got them running as a unit, I like it. I like the way they look. Pause.
Hey, man. I'd say I think they do. And I don't think Randall's their best player. Jalen Brunson's clearly their best player. And I think Julius Randle's actually hurt right now. He's out he's not going to be out past All-Star break with a separated shoulder.
Yeah,
that is facts.
2 to 3 weeks.
That's
okay. Dislocated shoulder.
Yeah, but I think Tibbs is just one of those tough-minded coaches. The Knicks are a team that, like we talked about the Steelers earlier, they've adopted their organizational identity. You know, going back to those Patrick Ewing teams, they just tough, man. Jalen Brunson's a tough point guard. Julius Randle is tough. OG Anunoby is tough. Josh Hart is tough. You know what I mean? They just got a tough team, man. They're going to be hard out for anybody.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of that around anymore.
Right.
They play defense a lot better than I'm seeing in the league at the moment. The league has a defense problem. It's just non-existent. We'll transition to a great transition, Mark. This was actually on one of the next things we were going to bring up. Embiid, enough said. Embiid's hurt. I've even seen people say that they should shut him down for the season, at least the regular season. I don't think it's anything that bad, but this is not good because Embiid's had a history of leg problems, knee problems, and so on and so forth, back.
Facts.
So is it one of those things, this leads me to this, is it one of those things where you have to play 65 games in order to get the MVP, in order to get your bonuses, all this other stuff? Is that affecting getting guys out there that shouldn't be playing, that gets them more hurt than is it causing more harm than help, having that rule, in the league that you have to play 65 games to get those accolades? G, what do you think?
I think 100% yes, it is, because they're on that whole minutes kick. Because, I mean, B-Dirt, Pay, Tate, y'all tell me wrong. If I'm wrong, it costs a lot of money. If you got a family of 5 and you done saved up to get decent tickets to go see an NBA game for your favorite team, and you get to the arena and the dude that you really came to see, you done got your kid the jersey and all whatever else, and he's sitting over on the bench, you're going to be hostile. You're going to be hostile. And so it's a double-edged sword. The NBA can't have it both ways. And so if you're gonna make the players play, the best ones can't be sitting on the bench. They got to be in there. So it's a hard road to go. But I'll say this, and I'm gonna keep saying this: what they do back in the day, old school players play, even though it's a different game, and I know all whatever else. Old school dudes play. How come these youngsters can't play? I don't understand it. Get out there and play. Quad father. What'd he say? B-Dirt?
All right, somebody else read that. I ain't reading it.
It said, well, dang, you kick Quad father to the curb.
Listen, from Dennis Pavlok. Will the Pistons ever be good again? If so, how do you fix it? You fix it by, I don't know. Can they clone Isaiah Thomas? Can they get in a time machine, bring the bad boys back? Does Joe Dumars still have any tread left on the tires? I don't know. I don't know. You get how many top 3 picks do they need? And they still can't win. They can't win 3 games in a row.
Hey, they're the worst team in the NBA, but
by a lot.
Monty Williams, who I think is a good coach, is making $10 million a season. They got Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey. They got Jaden Duran. They got some players, man. I don't understand why they're so bad, really. I know they need shooting. All they got for shooting is Bogdanovich. They need shooting, but
they need 3-and-D guys.
I think they have a good.
That's what they need. B-Dirt. They need 3 and Ds.
3 and D guys. They need like 2 tree of them.
two tree and a 3 and D.
That's right.
Love it. 2 tree for the 3 and D.
Hey, thanks, Quad Father, for the super chat, man. Let me hit you with the fork in the road one time before we move on. That's funny because it's a fork in the road, literally.
Facts. Absolute facts. B-Dirt, next topic, dog.
So we didn't really talk about the NFL games that were played yet. And the Super Bowl preview. So I want to get your first thoughts. To quote Mark Schlereth, we had 2 teams that shit in their helmets this past week.
Facts.
And it just happened.
Yeah.
Let's start with the NFC. Detroit. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Tate, I know you're 3-1-3. I know you're rooting for them boys. Can you just live with it and ride with this the way you got here? Dan Gamble gonna do what he gonna do.
Man, you not when it's to go to the Super Bowl, man. I mean, I think you got to break momentum. Like if he kicked either one of them field goals, it breaks momentum. I mean, he was getting hit by avalanche by the 49ers. I mean, we went from, was it 24-7 to they was down like 34-24, weren't they?
I think it was 31-20. I think it was 30. It went 27-24. At one point, it went from 24-7 to 27-24, like fast.
Yeah, Dan Campbell got to kick a couple of those field goals, man. Both of them probably. But the first play especially was there. That dude, Reynolds.
Trash.
That was terrible.
Full trash.
Then he was on the sideline laughing, man. Like, nah, man, come on. But, yeah, I'm not mad at Dan Campbell because he did what he does, their identity. But I think you got to dial that back a little bit when it's for something so big.
Hey, you living by the sword, die by the sword with your Dan Campbell kneecap eating coat?
I've never so many people with these reactions over this past weekend have been so up in arms and giving so much kicker love. I've never heard that, you know. Any other times, like, man, screw the kicker. They're not real football players. Now it's like, you know, why not trust the kicker? I don't know. And to me, it was the game was not on Dan's decisions. It was turnovers and drop passes. You already said it. Reynolds dropping easy balls, Pauls. Jahmyr Gibbs with a fumble, costly turnover that they took and scored on. Those were momentum changing plays. If you take away one of those, Detroit wins that game. And you saw how they had the Lions was balling the Niners up the first half, and all they did was slowly lose momentum.
Somebody got
feedback.
Reverb.
Hey, so listen. I think they identified in the second half that old Cam Sutton. And old Cam Sutton was out there getting cooked, bro. They went to that play action in the middle, and they was like, under all circumstances, throw the ball to whoever number one is holding. And they cooked him. Cam Sutton is trash.
That was a bad call too, B-Dirt, when Campbell ran the ball when they was going down. He needed to keep all 3 timeouts. You couldn't run the ball.
100% right. That my worst part with his thing, when it was 3rd down and goal from the 1, they put in Montgomery. The whole world knew why they put Montgomery in.
Facts.
Fake the ball to Montgomery and throw it. If you
Yeah.
just keep the timeout, you have to keep the timeout in this situation.
That's a fact.
You can go for it you can run the ball on 4th down if you want to, because it's going to be a turnover if it, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
But let's not mistake the fact that if the ball doesn't hit the safety and the face mask and somehow get caught by Brandon Ayuk, we're not having this conversation.
That is total facts. That is total facts. But that safety got cooked too.
Yeah.
Detroit needs to go with their 7 picks. DB, 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 and DB.
He's talking about
they trash.
He's talking about the Detroit player got hit in the face mask with a lucky catch. That's what.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying Detroit's defensive backs are trash.
Defensive backs. You're 100% right.
They are trash.
So the Quadfather back in the building here, and I do want everybody to know the score right now is 5-1 to 1. Quadfather now has 5 super chats. We appreciate you, my friend. Hey,
absolutely.
I had KC money line and the Lions in the points. It's all good. I also had the Lions in the points. I did, even though I took the Ravens to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the playoffs. I did, when they give 4.5 points in the playoffs to Mahomes, that line should have never went to that. I jumped on that as well. My big bet of the week was David Montgomery over 43.5 yards or something ridiculous. He had that at halftime.
Tate, you got to hit him with the fork in the road sign, dog. Don't forget for Dennis.
Okay.
He said, empty them pockets, Tate, boy, fresh. You've been fine.
Thanks, Quadfather. Five time. Hey, what did you call 5? Like, you call 4 quadruple. What's 5, Pay? You know, you closer to school than I am.
Is that septuplet?
That's like
6. No, septuplet is
7. I don't think that's me.
That ain't me.
That's Pay.
That's Pay.
Pay, you need to get a super chat and pay your fine.
Pay got everybody.
Let's see.
So 5 is cinco. I said
cinq
tuplets.
Yeah,
Cinco. Ocho.
Cinco.
Facts.
No.
Okay, kill that mic.
Yeah, Pay, you definitely got to hit mute when you ain't talking.
Yep.
Oof.
Big G was saying how good that mic was at the beginning of the first show.
That ain't the mic. He's on his phone now.
The mic done went straight tire fire, dog. The mic done went tire fire, man.
So
what the heck is going on?
So speaking of Kansas City and Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore, to me, seemed like they imploded at every second they had a chance.
Whew.
Headbutting folks and pushing off of people, and then after throwing a pick, Lamar lost his temper. It seemed like a lot of where they should have, I think, brought it out of other people. They instead brought it inside their own. I got 6. Why not?
That's what I'm talking about, Dennis. Salute.
My guy.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate Tate hit him with the double. I got Tate with the double, y'all. You seen him do it. You seen him do it both sides. You seen him with the double. Both ways.
Both sides, not both ways.
Both ways.
So it's one of those things, you know, like when you talk, like I relate it more to basketball because of, you know, that brashness and that little bit of edge and you know, talking or whatever. You're supposed to get the other team to do those things, to get off of their mental stability, and it seemed to backfire and have the exact opposite. Tate, what'd you think of it?
I think what backfired beat Dirk was the pressure got to him, man. The pressure got to him because they were supposed to win. They were favored. This is their time to go to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson, and I feel like he tried to prove that he could win a game from the pocket against Mahomes. So many times Lamar was dropped back, working the pocket, you know, stepping up, stepping back. Joker, just run, Lamar. Maybe you break off one of those big 30, 40-yard runs. Run.
Well,
you know what I mean?
running the ball with running back 6 times when you're the
6
best
times.
running team in the league. Like
Between what's the big boy name?
Gus
Gus
Edwards.
Edwards, and then the other dude, the little dude.
Hill.
Jeremy Hill. Not
Nope.
Jeremy Hill.
That was a Bengal.
Was a Bengal.
It's Dax Hill's brother.
But
Justice Hill.
Justice, yeah. They gave him the ball too much.
Hell!
Yeah, Dennis Quadfather really turned on.
He's showing off now. He got a touchdown. Kicked the extra point.
He got it. Hey, thanks.
It's good. It's all good.
Thanks, septuplet father.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jamie
yeah,
Carlo,
man,
we'll give you a shout out on yours, even though you didn't pay. He said, pay got to hit the Best Buy and get some. Okay.
Hey, Jay, facts.
Hey, man. Be
Facts.
Listen, those road games are hard sometimes. I've been through them. They're hard sometimes.
Those road games are hard, but they got off their hook. I mean, even
I was talking about pay. I'm talking about
Baltimore still. Even all the
Baltimore's
passing and stuff they did. Reginald Rivers goes back in the throwback machine, Big G. You would know about that.
Yeah, I know a little bit. Something
Tim Lyons.
I want pay to chime in. I know we got a fork in the road. Tate, you got to hit it twice. Let's do the fork and then come back to pay. Come back to pay. What you doing?
I don't know. So Tim,
that's Dennis and this Tim.
So this is Tim's second super chat. He said the Ravens missed running through the jungle, run the damn ball.
True. Shout out to running the jungle.
Yeah, well, and that's Tim's mantra, run the damn ball. Hey, you talked me in to this Ravens team winning the Super Bowl. What went wrong in your eyes?
Lack of maturity and playoff experience beat both them teams on Sunday. So the Ravens, as G said, they let the tempers get to beat them. They had too many. They didn't give up any points after the first quarter. Only 3 points. They beat themselves again. I'm gonna say it all season. The Ravens beat themselves, and they did it again when they needed to not do it the most. No one on that team had a good game. Lamar, Kyle Hamilton, the offensive coordinator, Harbaugh. Everybody, Zay Flowers, everybody was just letting themselves down. That's bad all around.
Yeah,
man, I'll tell you what though. First of all, Zay Flowers got some serious talent. You were spot on that when you talked about it going into the draft pay before the Ravens took him.
Facts.
He got some serious talent, very talented. But you hold Kansas City to 17 points in the AFC Championship game, you got to win that game.
Yeah.
Defense played pretty well.
Yeah.
Outstanding in second half.
Do you think the window is closed, y'all? I'm just saying they ain't going to be able to run it back. Patrick Queen out of there. They're going to lose some of them pieces, bro. Patrick Queen hitting the bricks, dog, unless they franchise him.
Patrick Queen in the biggest law.
They're going to be a contender, Big G. It's just that it's so hard to get there. I mean, next year Herbert may be back. Trevor Lawrence going to be back.
Yeah.
The AFC North is going to still be there. It's just hard to get that far, man. It's hard.
That's facts. CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud
they
coming
build
up.
something down in Houston, man. It's a lot going on.
You get Richardson in there. They went to the playoffs without him.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is fact. That is facts.
I think losing Matabikwe would be a bigger deal than Queen.
Yeah. So it's hard, but man, what?
Both guards are free agents.
Man, they got a lot going on over there, man. They got a lot. Do they got to get it right in the draft, or is it over? Pay?
It's never over in football.
Okay. So what do they got to do?
You did say they got to bring back Matabuke, obviously. Queen is not that big of a loss. It's just football. Speaking about windows, the AFC West, It's the Chiefs and nobody else. So we don't care about that. The
Harbaugh
Buffalo,
over there now, though, bro. Harbaugh over there now.
yeah, we're scared.
Oh, you better get scared quick. You better put some respect on his name.
And depending on who the Raiders get to play quarterback, I
Yeah.
feel like the Raiders, the Falcons, and the Steelers are all in the market for Justin Fields.
Yep.
So if they got Justin Fields indoors, then go with Cliff Kingsbury, Devontae Adams. They keep Josh, what's his name? The running back.
Hey, you realize that Jimmy
Justice
Harbaugh's
Hill.
number one target is John Harbaugh. You realize that, right? You realize that he wants to beat his brother more than anything. And you realize he knows that I got to get past my brother to get there. You know that, right? So that's why I'm saying you better get worried because he don't even care about Pat Mahomes. He wants to beat his brother. He cares more about that than anything. He want to beat his brother.
All right.
Dirk can tell you that.
He does, but I mean, he just likes playing football. He loves football, man. And the guy loves football. Period. We're gonna save the Super Bowl preview for next week.
Facts.
But I do want to do top 5 Super Bowl / tailgate foods because you need to start planning now what you're going to have next weekend.
Store gonna be all empty.
And shout out to any of my Hailgaters that are listening out there. I actually do tailgate. I did 7 of them this past year where I cooked for the masses. We served about 600 people for the Ohio State-Michigan game.
Woo.
Few of them had scarlet and gray on.
He was out there hitting B-Dirt.
That's right. We do our thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you the quick rundown of my top 5, but I do have 3 OLIs outside looking in because I got to give them a shout out. Pretzels or pretzel bites, the soft ones with beer cheese. Listen, when you drinking at tailgates, that pretzel has its place. That pretzel has a place in that tailgate. I'm just saying. It's a good soaker up of the alcohol. One of my favorite things that I've ever done at a tailgate is a taco bar. The reason why I like it, you can put everything in bowls the night before. You're ready to go. You rock the lids off, disposable bowls. So when it's empty, it's gone. All you got to do is heat up your meat, your chicken, whatever else you might be putting out there. Boom, you get out there, and then everybody gets all the fixings they want. The tomatoes, the jalapenos, the sour cream, the hot sauces, the pico de gallo, the guacamole, whatever they want, they can customize their own tacos. Easy. They get to do the hard work. Burgers and hot dogs, got to be an honorable mention. Boring, but you got to have it. So I'm going to start with 5. Pulled pork. I'm telling you, man, it goes bananas, and you can use it in multiple different ways. You can put taco shells out. You can do it in sliders. Some people now are not eating carbs, gluten-free. It's always friendly to anybody. You can put the barbecue sauces and hot sauces on the side. I like it. Buffalo chicken dip.
Oh,
number 4.
That's one of mine. You got me.
It's a good one. It's a crowd pleaser. I love it. Listen, man, number 3, the 7-layer dip. Just a big taco dip of some sort. Big taco dip. It's there. It can sit out for a couple hours. You got no problem. It's an easy dip and eat as you go along the night. I like it. Number 2, and this for tailgating was probably my biggest hit from last year. And it's only new because of the uni ovens. But pizza at a tailgate is fire because you can do whatever you want. Switch them up, change them up, have a bunch of different things and just keep firing them out. They come out every 2 to 3 minutes. Love pizza. And number 1, and if it's not your number 1, we ain't kicking it for a football game, chicken wings. I don't care if you like drums. I don't care if you like flats. I'll eat whatever is left. Chicken wings, number 1.
So, B-Dirt, you hit 2 of my top 5, man. I'm gonna go in reverse order though. Number 1, there's a specific chicken wing. I need some Nashville hot barbecue chicken wings at the tailgate. The barbecue sauce got to be hitting just right. And I don't care what it is, flats or drummies, run it. Number 2, I need some sliders, dog. I got to have some sliders there in the building, beef sliders. You know, I need pickles, mustard, ketchup, all the little stuff that you put on the sliders. I need those there at the tailgate. Number 3, I need that buffalo chicken dip, man. That stuff, man, I didn't know about it until about 2 years ago, going on 3 years ago. And my daughter started making it. I was like, every time we do anything that's like with a tailgate, I got to have that. Number 4, I need me some potato wedges, dog. I need some sour cream, some green onions, some cheese on top of it. I need them potato wedges to be just right and fire at the tailgate. And number 5 is a personal favorite. I don't know if everybody in the chat knows about it. There's a dip that's called Cold Blue. If you want to, Google it, check it out, look it up, research it. It's called Cold Blue. It starts with sour cream, all different types of cheeses. You can put turkey bacon, regular bacon, green onions, all. You stir it up and you cook it and you serve it. You can use nachos with it, potato chips with it, any kind of way you want to serve it. Cold Blue dip. Look it up. Look up the ingredients. Try it one time. You can cook it in a crock pot, the oven, any kind of way you want to. But that's my top 5 tailgaters, dog.
I got to tell you, get right into it. It said hot sausage with peppers and onions.
Oh,
I got to tell you. So I try to theme our tailgates based upon who we play. We played Rutgers last year. I did sausage and peppers and meatballs. Oh, it was really good. That's a good call out.
Yeah.
Pay, what you got?
Number 5, bratwurst. Can't go wrong with that.
I know.
I'm going to stay away from all the foods that, you know, that can incite a ground zero COVID level incident. So no dips, nothing being shared. And let's see. Number 4, bourbon. Easy choice.
Dennis, let me go ahead and tell you this is the answer to your fork in the road. What you drinking at the tailgate, B-Dirt? And Pay, go Buffalo hot wings. Sorry, Big G.
Yeah.
Bourbon is the correct answer.
Bourbon for the fork in the road.
Exactly. Number 3, Italian beef.
Ooh, Chicago staple.
Chicago. Chicago favorite. Number 2, wings. Gotta have the buffalo wings.
Buffalo, that's your flavor?
That's my flavor. I mean, but buffalo is a type of wing, in my opinion. The sauce, hey, get freaky with it. I like I like all things hot and spicy. You know, bring me the Reaper. Bring me the Reaper sauce if you need to. I like it like that. I don't want to feel my face after eating wings.
Wow.
Number 1, tequila.
Double up drink. Double up.
There you go. There we go.
Hey, you're gonna be bent. You're gonna be bent at the tailgate, dog. You hitting tequila and bourbon? Lord have mercy.
Don't have no folding tables around me. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Tate, you got something you want to add to these top 5s, or you want to do your top 5? What do you want to do here?
Mine's pretty similar to some of all y'all's. I mean, for me, number 1 is wings. And I say wings, not buffalo wings per se, because there's a place real close to me. And remember, B-Dirt, we was gonna go there, but they was closed. Tasty's Chicken.
Yep.
Remember?
I remember.
And when you get fried wings, they use like a lemon pepper kind of seasoning. Man, the wings are so good. But at home, I buy those Buffalo Wild Wings, different bottles of sauce that I have here that I dip my wings in. So, but wings is number 1. Number 2 is pizza. Gotta have pizza. Wings and pizza. Number 3 would be queso dip. Nobody said queso dip.
That's a good one.
Nope.
No, I love some good queso dip, man.
Queso fondito is my way to go. I like that chorizo in it.
Yeah, I like it made with chorizo. I make mine sometime with like the hot pork sausage roll. fry it up, degrease it, put it in the crock pot with the Rotel and the Velveeta cheese cut up. You know what I mean? If you want it spicy, put a little pepper. Jalapeno peppers in it. But yeah, so queso.
Tate, you made that. You made that when you did the Super Bowl with us when we watched the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah,
that dip was hitting.
Yeah, I did have it then.
Yeah.
I have it every year if I'm doing something.
Yeah,
I make it sometimes just for myself. If it's a game on for the weekend, I make it for the weekend for college and pro. My wife don't eat it like I make it too spicy sometimes.
Yeah,
but I got one of those small. I got a big crock pot and I got a little crock pot. I make it a little crock pot. But number 4 would be I'm with Big G. I'm with the sliders.
Yeah,
love a good slider, man.
Yeah,
you know. And I guess my number 5. I haven't drank anything since October 2017, like at all.
Yeah.
So I'm not putting no alcohol on my Super Bowl party tailgate list. But number 5 would probably be, like B Dirt said, would be some good brisket or pulled pork.
Yeah. Yeah.
So see, all my tailgate specials are not appetizers. They like mains. They can be considered mains.
Well,
eat your chicken, eat your pizza, eat your sliders.
It was cold for the Ohio State game, right? So we had chili, beef stew.
Ooh.
We had pulled pork. We had brisket.
Ooh.
And then we had a big charcuterie board, cheese board. Like it was nice.
Sounds delicious.
I'm tailgating with you next this year coming up, B-Dirt.
Number 8, Texas game, sir.
Yeah.
I already got it locked in.
Yeah.
Number 8, the quad father with his double quad comment of the night. That's 8 total. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers passed away. It's breaking news to me.
Earlier today. He passed earlier today. Yeah, earlier today.
Wow. He just is on those commercials. Fans do commercials with Gronk.
Yeah. Apollo Creed. Rest in peace,
Apollo Creed.
Rest in peace, Apollo Creed.
Man, I still get sad when Apollo died in Rocky IV, man.
Facts. No,
double quad father. He gets both of them right there.
Both of them. There you go, B-Dirt. You say it right.
Apollo taught us there is no tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no tomorrow,
Ron.
There's no tomorrow, Ron. There's no.
All right. Well, hey, I think I've done a wonderful job here running the ship today for Tate. The one thing I wanted to make sure I did was go overtime, so he would either not allow me to do it anymore or give me a bunch of guff. Either way, I'm going to be happy. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Hopefully we got to 10,000. Haven't been able to check it yet. Share it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We had 12 super chats in overtime tonight. We thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. No one is like this chat fan for the Homies podcast. Homies Nation is out there tight.
Total facts.
We love you for it. Pay. One more time. Take us home.
Arrest Brett Favre and Vince McMahon.